Today's the first like warm day in Massachusetts. It's about 63 degrees right now, so I thought why not paint the interior walls? So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be painting the interior walls. Everything that I bought for today came to be $64 between the paint and the brushes and all the other supplies just to paint the walls. So it shouldn't take too long. I went with like a very light baby blue. I wanted a white, but with a little hint of blue because the colors on my company is blue. So I wanted to feel open. I didn't want to go with the darker color so that it feels smaller. So it's a very light baby blue that we're going to be doing today.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to me. No matter what I do, your heart is drifting out of reach. Head underwater, I'm swimming harder, trying to keep this alive. Gotta find my way to you, now that our love has capsized.
Here's the final product of the trailer. The walls, it's pretty much all dried now. So I only did one coat over everything. I didn't really care. It's good enough, doesn't need to be perfect. But like I said, it's like a very light blue. I want it to look like there's a lot of room in here. So I just wanted to liven up the walls, just make it look decent. Obviously you can see that I kind of got paint all over the metal and everything here. Like I said, I just did it kind of quick. I didn't really care. But now we can start building out this thing and getting it ready for the season. So this is my IBC tote. This is the water supply that's going to feed the pressure washer. So what we're doing now is we got to plumb it up that way it can go to the pressure washer itself. So the fitting on the bottom, you can't really see it right now, but that's a 2-inch fitting. So what we got going on is we got this 2-inch coupling. So it's threaded on the inside to smooth. It's going to go to PVC, which is going to feed this. So it's going to go into this. It's going to go into it. So it's going to go from the IBC tank and it's going to go to a 2-inch PVC tube. It's going to feed into this splitter. And so the coupling is going to go onto the PVC, go into the splitter. And then I have a 2-inch to a 1-inch reducer that will go on the end like that. It will then be fed to a 1-inch tube, which will go to a splitter because I'm thinking more ahead. So I'm going to have 2 engines on this trailer in the future. I'm just starting with one now, but I want to have it already plumbed for 2. That way when it comes time, I can just add in another hose and then have 2 engines running. So it's going to go to the splitter right here with hoses coming off each end. Well, one will have a plug for the time being, and then one hose going out and a 1-inch hose going to the engine. And then I have one more reducer here that goes from the 2-inch to the 1-inch. That's going to go on the other side, and that's going to be my drain hose. So that way I can drain the tank when I'm moving because I don't want to be traveling with 275 gallons because that's about 2,000 pounds. That is kind of unnecessary for wear and tear on the trailer and for my truck as well. So we're going to go ahead and get this plumbed up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. All plumbed up now. Right here is where I'm going to have the drain hose. This splitter right here is going to be able to feed 2 pressure wash engines, and then again this is all just going to the splitter. The 2 pressure washers will go there, and then the drain hose will go out that side. I'm not going to go any further right here because I don't have the engine ready and set up yet. So until then I'm going to just leave it as is, and I'll add the fittings later. But this is how it's going to be plumbed up. 2 pressure washers right there, drain hose going out that way. But like I said, I'm just going to leave this plumbed this way until I get the engine and until I get the engine ready. Then I can figure out the whole hoses and everything else. But this is basically the rough plumbing for that. So I'm going to strap down this IBC tote, And then over here is where the hose reels are gonna go, straight across from this door. So I have stackables. So they're gonna get stacked up right there, and I'm gonna do that right now. This is what I've done so far. So we got the 2 stacked hose reels. This bottom hose reel is going to be the SH, so this is gonna be my proportioner mixed hose reel. So this is gonna be connected to the proportioner, and for like roof washes and more heavy SH. This is gonna be my high pressure hose reel. So this is gonna go straight to the pressure washer. I'm gonna run all these hoses around the back, probably within some, probably all in like corrugated stuff. I'm not too sure yet. I still need to get one more stackable system and another hose reel, because then I'm gonna have the water up above, and that's gonna go right into a Hudson float valve. So I added a banjo fitting off of this plumbing. This is gonna go straight to the pressure washer. I will end up adding another one for the second pressure washer once that comes due. I'm gonna add some more supporting because this is kind of tilting down with water. I don't want it to break or hurt anything, so I'm gonna add some support underneath all of these fittings. Over here is where the water is gonna come out of the IBC tote to drain the tank. And that's pretty much the basics for the plumbing for the pressure washer. I still need to get a mixing proportioner that's gonna hang. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, but that's gonna go for the mixing for the soft wash hose. I plan on getting a remote downstream injector for in here as well. That's gonna be later down the road. So I still need to get a mixing proportioner. That's gonna be a 3/4 inch valve that I'm going to be running, 3/4 inch valve, but 5/8 inch hose. And then I also plan on getting a remote downstream injector, and that's going to hang over here on this wall. That's going to be later this year because I don't want to buy it right yet. I don't need it yet. I can still downstream inject and just use the hose. So that's going to be coming later, but I need to get the proportioner ordered. And I already have the other tank. It's gonna be a 55-gallon tank, which is gonna sit right next to this one right here. I don't know if I'm gonna put it right here or if I'm gonna put it here. I do like having the walkway, so it would take up probably 2 feet, so I may be able to still have a light walkway here. I might have some shelving or some holders to hold like my broom and squeegee and stuff like that. I also have I also have my window washing equipment that I need to put in here. Over here in the front of the trailer, I'm gonna have a Husky workbench, and that way I can put tools and other excess parts that I need. But I've made good progress on this so far. I'm kind of at a standstill until my tank comes in because I don't know the fittings that I'm gonna need for that. But everything's coming out very well. I'm very happy with what I've gotten done today. I still need to pick up a few more things, so I'll have to end up going to the store, get that. But yeah, the trailer's coming together very well. I have a electric jack. I bought an electric jack as well. That's going to be going in the front of the trailer. That way I don't have to crank it at the beginning and end of every day. It just makes things a little bit nicer, a little bit easier on my back at the end of the day to not hate myself as much. But pretty excited for that because I've never had one of those before. A little bougie, spending a little bit. I still need to get more lighting in here because I want it to be pretty bright in here. I'm going to have a big light bar on top in the middle, and then I'm also going to have one right up here that's going to be going over the workbench as well. But great progress for what I've done today so far. Very happy, and hopefully I can get this finished by the end of the week. And that's going to be it for the rest of the day. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like seeing content like this, make sure you give a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next videos.